Welcome to the presentation of network service for the ProWare Private Limited. This is our final presentation. Our group members are Gaurav Kaki, Andana Regmi, Vinay Kumar Gupta, and myself, Vinita. Our group number is 5. Next slide. Yeah. This is a network service project which is delivered for ProWare Private Limited as per what they have asked for. Here we go through various sections which are divided into 6 parts, such as project background, objectives, design for network infrastructure, how the client will access network service, and lastly conclusion. Next slide, please. For the project background, this project was required during the time of COVID restrictions, where our client ProWare Private Limited needed all of their employees to work from home due to government restrictions. They needed the infrastructure that allows all the employees to access company resources at the same time, can easily work from home. The main goal of the network is to build a system that allows employees to access company networks remotely and able to work just in the office itself. Next slide, please. The objectives of the project was to design the network services that is cost efficient and secure. The client asked us to use virtual technology for cost effectiveness and maintain security. Whatever we are building from anywhere from the world, if they need it. They also required what access only after the central authentication server and store all the data securely, so that they can easily store data in case of any theft, loss, accidental damage of employees' laptop or desktop. The last requirement was to make sure that whatever that we built would be easy to maintain in future. Our next slide will be presented by Vinay Kumar.
Hi, so this is our network design or architecture of the network environment. So as this, we're gonna perform all the tasks. So you can see our remote client can access all this virtual environment of the office or the user server. So from starting, we can see that remote client can use the VPN to access the internet. To access the environment. So for it, you have to access the VPN. Then have to put the credentials of the required for authentication process, and then after they can access the Active Directory, DNS server, session host, file printer, and everything that is on the user's network. So if the user is at home, they try to connect to the network in the office of the user. They have to just do the VPN connection and then connect to the server, and that's it. And the next slide will be discussed by Gaurav Kaki.
Thank you, Vinay. These are the hardware and software that we have used to complete the project. The SOS router, Dell PowerEdge server, as the switch, so we use from TP-Link. These are the software, XCP-ng hypervisor, Microsoft Windows Server 2022, Microsoft Office, Microsoft Team, Mayo. These are the hardware pictures that we have collected to complete our project. And this is the actual infrastructure of our hypervisor. We have given the hypervisor name as ProceedGen, and under that we have created 4 different servers, which we have named after their functions, like Proceed AD01, which is Active Directory server. Next one is file server. Next one is management server, and the last one is terminal server. And our server has 4 CPUs and 96 GB of RAM. And storage wise, we have local storage of 200 GB, and other storage of 1 terabyte and 3.6 terabyte. And network wise, we have 6 network card. And after that we have used network 0 and 1 to create one bone, and 2 and 3 to create another, and 4 and 5 to create another one, which we have used respectively in management network, BM network 1 and BM network 2. And this is the actual infrastructure of our project, which is Active Directory, which we have named as proceed AD01, and the domain name is proware.com. On the net, on the Active Directory user and computers, we have created users, admin users, external users, group, computers. Under group, we have created security group, where we have allocated all the members and assigned the restriction. And this is the file server, which we have named as fs01. Here we have created a share file, which is named after data, which will be accessed by the users of the Proware. This is the terminal server. This is the server where all the employees will be able to log in and to do their day-to-day job, where they will be able to access all the Microsoft applications like Microsoft Access, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, Lookout, everything, and as well as the files that the Proware will share to their users. Now, this is all the project that we have done so far, and then let's see how the client will receive this project and how they will use in day-to-day. Firstly, I would like to show our infrastructure. This we cannot connect now because I haven't connected to the VPN. First, let me connect to the VPN. It's asking my username and password. Yeah, now we have successfully connected to the VPN. Now we'll be able to connect to the hypervisor. This 192.168.1.200 is the IP address for the server. As we can see, here are the servers that I have talked earlier. This server, the memory is storage wise. Here are the storage, networking, GPUs, everything here. Active Directory server, file server, management server, terminal server. This is the infrastructure that we have created. And to do the remote desktop, we have downloaded remote desktop server connection manager, which is very useful to add our servers. Now I'm trying to connect to the Active Directory server, and it's asking for the Gaurav Karki admin username password. And here we are inside the Active Directory users Active Directory server, and inside that we have inside the Active Directory users and computers. Here we can see the users that we have created. These are the Proware company's users, and here are the external users. These are our group members by which we have created this project. And so that's all for our side. Now let's see from the client side. On the client side, the Proware system administrator will install this terminal server on their laptop, as well as they set up the VPN connection. Like I connected to the VPN before. They have to connect to the VPN first, and then click the terminal server, and it will ask for their credentials, like their username and password. I have already, yeah, this is the normal user, Gaurav G. Karki. Once I have put all my credentials, I'll be able to connect to the terminal server, and then I'll be able to access all the files as well as all the Microsoft Office, Microsoft applications. Like here, everything is accessible. Like here, this is the generator file. We have created restrictions to some data, like the management. Okay, I think I am on the let me connect with the another users, because I think I am on the management group, so I'll be able to access all the files in folder, which, because we haven't created any restriction to them. Let me connect with the normal user. I'll try to connect from the Anjana Regmis user. Like we have created restriction to Anjana, in which she cannot open the management file. General, it's for public, everybody. She doesn't belong to accounting group either, so yeah, she couldn't access to the accounting file. She can access the marketing file, and she can read and read all the files from sales. Like that, all the users from ProWare will be able to access to their company, to their day-to-day job with their correct credentials. And of course, they will be under some restriction, in which the ProWare will set the restriction by themselves to the different employees, like different restriction. So that's all from our side. Now, at last, I would like to hand over to Anjana Regmi, where she will describe all the conclusion of our project.
Thank you, Gaurav. Here I will discuss about the conclusion part. If you remember from fourth slide where we talk about the objective, client asks for virtualization environment in a cost-effective way. So they have access to develop a secure connection. So ProWare employees can now securely access the company's network using remote desktop and virtual private network VPN to connect. So here the client access for centralization authentication. So we have used Microsoft Active Directory domain services to provide a central way to authenticate and authorize users, in which they will be restricted to access to unauthorized folder as per their policies. Also, we have created file server to store all the company's data securely, so users can easily access the file, and also in this way the file will be secure from unauthorized use, because with the help of Active Directory services, we can restrict and unauthorized users use the particular folder. Lastly, this system can be easily maintained by the current and the future service administrator as well, because it is designed in a simple way using Active Directory. For example, if a user leaves the company, then the system administrator can easily delete user account and the user cannot access to the account anymore. And similarly, the new user account can be created easily, and that user can access to the company network. Now finally our project ends here. This is the reference of our project. Thank you and have a good day.
You.
Thank you, guys.